It's time to do business here on Joy News Prime with me, Beverly Broohm. The Executive Director of the Policy Initiative for Economic Development, Dr. Daniel Amate-Enim, has commended President Akufo-Addo for terminating the appointment of Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance, Charles Edubwahim, but says it is not enough to win the fight against corruption. In a statement on Monday from the presidency, the Director of Communications, Eugene Ahin, said after the office was made aware of the allegations leveled against the minister in the expose, Galamsey Economy, the president spoke to Mr. Bwahin, after which he took the decision to terminate his appointment and also to refer the matter to the special prosecutor for further investigations. In the said documentary by the investigative journalist Anas Arumayawa Anas, Mr. Edubwahim is said to have told the undercover investigator that Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia needs just $200,000 token as an appearance fee before meeting with supposed investors. But speaking on the marketplace, Dr. Amate-Enim said it was time the presidency reshuffled his cabinet.
It is not enough, but it is a step in the right direction. And once the matter has been referred to the Office of the Special Prosecutor, we have to wait until the final determination. So for now, he is not guilty until it has been proven guilty by a body of competent jurisdiction. So to me, for the fact that His Excellency the President has relieved him of his responsibility, it is a positive signal. If you recall, His Excellency the President has repeatedly stated that as a lawyer, he will need evidence before he can take action. So probably what he might have heard or seen in the video could be that compelling, and that may necessitate his termination. But on the whole, I believe it is a step in the right direction. It could put other ministers on their toe to conduct themselves in a manner that will ensure that credibility in governance. To me, personally, I'm of the view that His Excellency the President by now should reconsider his cabinet, his ministers, by way of reshuffle and bringing new people on board. It's long overdue. And for the fact that Honorable Finance Minister have lost the credibility in the eyes of the citizens, it's more appropriate for His Excellency to reassign him another responsibility, or probably relieve him of his responsibility and bring somebody on board that could be trusted. Because in finance, aside the policies, trust and confidence in the team, in the system is key and critical. So to me, these are some of the things that is expected of His Excellency to do. And now that he has activated that of Honorable Edubwahim, I'm of the view that he should be able to follow the same line going forward.
Now, the Office of the Registrar of Companies, ORC, has stated that it will strongly ensure that companies abide by the good corporate governance requirements captured in the Companies Act 2019. The ORC maintains this will compel companies to demonstrate high integrity and protect the interest of customers. There's more in the following report.
Nchakwa & Co. and Corporate Law Institute, in collaboration with the Office of the Registrar of Companies, organized a meeting dubbed the Users Forum on the Companies Act 2019 to exchange ideas and discuss best approach to the application of the law, especially in the search for a common ground in relation to giving off notice and the filing of statutory returns. Speaking to Joy Business, Head of Client Service at the ORC, Matilda Osei, stated that strict adherence to the law is the way to protect companies from collapsing.
Corporate governance is essential because without corporate governance, you cannot manage a company. These are external people who bring in their expertise to come and help a company, i.e. the company auditors, the courts, they also help. Even with the Office of the Registrar, creditors, and other people that come together to make sure that the company stands on its feet, because if the company is not there, corporate governance wouldn't have a space. So corporate governance is important, and of course, if you want to comply with corporate governance, then there must be due diligence, because in everything you owe fiduciary relationship. So if you're in a company, you are a director, you are a company secretary, you have to make sure that you help the company to grow, and by helping the company to grow, you complete your quota, and you have to make sure that the things that you don't disclose, things that you have to disclose, you have to do that. In that sense, then it means corporate governance will be upheld.
On his part, the founder of Intrakwa & Co legal practitioners and consultant, Felix Intrakwa, said most companies are not aware of the rules of the Companies Act 2019.
It has multiple purposes. First, the application of the law should be common in the sense that all those who apply the law must be certain about the procedure. If there is a change in my company, for example, what must I do? Everybody should follow the same procedure, but it looks like when the law is made, applying it becomes something else. We had the experience with the old law, where the practice we developed was different from what was contemplated by the law. So the idea is to avoid that practice, a repetition of that practice. The other point is education. There are so many people who don't know what must be done. This is a way of creating that awareness. Mistakes are made by those who use the law and those who administer the law. So this is an idea that they can come together, discuss matters of common interest, and deal with problems. It is a form of teaching also for those who use the law.
The forum, which took place in Accra, attracted over 80 participants, which included lawyers, staff of ORC, accountants, business executives, company secretaries, consultants, among others.
Aviation sector, where an expert in the space is urging government to consider confiscated technologies that sought to provide early safety preventative actions to consolidate gains made in the industry. According to the Executive Vice President of Flight Path International, Captain Jonathan Kodish, there is the need to apply technologies in the country's air travels to reduce human errors to the barest minimum. He spoke to Joy Business ahead of the West Africa Aviation Accident Prevention and Airline Performance Optimization Conference slated for tomorrow, 15th November.
Not to scare the public. You know, we travel and fly and we have trust in any operator that we are flying with. But the reality is that, you know, as much as development in engineering has improved aircraft performance and training of operational personnel, pilots, engineers, administration, airline people, accidents are still occurring. And from a statistical perspective, the fact is that accidents will continue unless we take a different approach in solving and preventing incidents and accidents to occur in the future. So what can we actually do? Up to now, everything that we have done, any accident in any part of the world that has happened, it has been let's see what the investigative report will be at the end of the day, and it always boils down to the same thing.
Meanwhile, Senior Director for Investor Relations at Star Navigation Systems Group Limited, Hamid Gill, highlighted the importance of artificial intelligence in providing a comprehensive monitoring system for air travel.
Doubt that you can be anytime 100% safe, but can we get to the capability using artificial intelligence to get very close to that? Very, very probable. Now, one, I want to thank the Commissioner of AIB, the Accident and Incident Investigation Bureau, all right? He welcomed us up here very warmly. They've partnered up with us for this convention, so we feel really good about that. But they have a motto as well. They have a vision, and they also have a mission. So can we help them with that? 100% we can help them with that. If I was reading some of the literature that's been here about what AIB do, I was really not just happy to see that, but I was literally stunned that, you know what, we are really compatible with the commissioners and AIB's vision. But if you look at that vision, Ghana's world-class investigation institution. What they do is they are very friendly service with aircraft, accident, incident. investigating, and they want to prevent it.
The West Africa Aviation Accidents Prevention and Airline Performance Optimization Conference is slated for tomorrow, 15th November, in collaboration with the Aircraft Accident and Incident Investigation and Prevention Bureau, AIB. And that's how we end Prime Business here on the Joy News Prime with me, Beverly Broohm. For more news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Have a good evening.